Hello students, let us continue chapter number 5, separation of substances, science class 6th. Today we are going to learn on page number 41. The topic is given use of more than one method of separation. Children, till now we have seen so many different methods for separating various substances. So in which generally when two substances are there, we can separate them using hand picking, threshing, winnowing, then sedimentation, decantation and filtration. So and also one is sieving. So all these we had seen, but sometimes this happens that we need to use more than one method for separating two substances. But how we can separate these? Here it is given. We have studied some methods for separation of substances for their mixtures. Often, one method is not sufficient to separate the different substances present in a mixture. In such a situation, we need to use more than one of these methods. So, various methods are there. Among them, the suitable method we can use to separate the substance. So, for that, one activity 7 is given. Take a mixture of sand and salt. How will we separate these? Children, you know that sand and salt cannot be separated by hand picking or sieving. We already saw that hand picking would not be a practical method for separating these. Keep this mixture in a beaker and add some water in it. Leave the beaker aside for some time. Do you see the sand settling down at the bottom? The sand can be separated by decantation or filtration. So children, here sand and salt, among both the substances, we know that salt dissolves in water. So when we mixed water in this mixture, salt will be dissolved and the sand will not be dissolved, so it will settle to the bottom of the beaker. The sand can be separated by decantation or filtration. So if we keep this beaker aside for some time, the sand is heavier, so it will settle to the bottom, and on the upper side we can see water in which salt is dissolved. That water will be on the upper side of the sand. So then after we can separate it using decantation. Otherwise we can filter it. Okay, we can, if we filter the solution, sand will remain in the filter and water will be collected in the beaker. And now we need to separate salt and water from the decanted liquid. So first we separated salt water and sand, but now we have water in which salt is dissolved. So now we need to separate this salt and water again. So for that, previously we had seen one method, that is evaporation method. But in evaporation method, water will not be collected, only salt will remain in the vessel. But here we have to collect water as well as have to separate the salt. Now transfer this liquid into a kettle and close its lid like this. One more thing is there here, children. Two different figures you can see. That is, first in evaporation, that means vapor will not be collected. Okay, it will mixed up in the air. But in second figure, B figure, you can see that is condensation. So sometimes you might have seen that when we open the lid of cooker, we can say water droplets at the bottom of the lid. So that is condensation. So here it is given. Do you notice steam coming out from the spout of the kettle? We have to heat this kettle, and from that spout vapor will come out as soon as the water will start to boil. Take a metal plate with some ice on it. So here we have to take like this on in a metal plate. We have to put some ice. So what ice will do? Ice will immediately cool down the vapor. So when vapor gets cooled down, again it will turn in water droplets. Fine. So hold the plate just above the spout of the kettle as shown is figure. So here we can see that the metal lid is taken just above the spout where the water vapor is collected. What do you observe? Let all the water in the kettle boil off. When the steam comes in contact with the metal plate cooled with ice, it condenses and forms liquid water. So here the same thing will take place, that water vapor will collect at the bottom of the plate, but as the plate is too cool, the water vapor will cool down, that means it will condense, and that water vapor again will turn into water droplets. We know that on boiling water turns into water vapor, on cooling it turns in water, and on freezing water turns into ice. So three states of water is here. The water drops that you observed falling from the plate were due to condensation of steam. The process of conversion of water vapor into its liquid form is called condensation. So this process is known as condensation, where water droplets cool down and again turn into liquid. Did you ever see water drops condense under a plate that has been used to cover a vessel containing milk that has just been boiled? So many times you might have seen, especially in kitchen. So when hot item is covered with lid, we can see water droplets to the bottom of this lid. After all this, all the water has evaporated. What is left behind in the kettle? Obviously, it will be salt. We have thus separated salt, sand and water using processes of decantation, filtration, evaporation and condensation. So here we can see that 4 different methods we use to separate these 3 substances. So there are some of the other substances. For them to separate it, we need to use more than one separating method. Paheli faced a problem by recovering salt mixed with sand. She has mixed a packet of salt in a small amount of sand. She then tried to method suggested in activity 7. Here I am reading this one part. To recover the salt. She found, however, that she could recover only a small part of the salt that she had taken. What could have gone wrong? So sometimes it happens that salt completely dissolved in water may not be recovered again. Now, can water dissolve any amount of a substance? So is it possible हम जितना भी सॉल्ट पानी में मिला के उसमें डिज़ोल्व करना चाहे तो क्या सारा सॉल्ट जो है डिज़ोल्व होगा? येस और नो. इन चैप्टर 4 वी फाउंड दैट मेनी सब्सटेंसेस डिज़ोल्व इन वाटर एंड फॉर्म अ सॉल्यूशन. We say that these substances are soluble in water. We know that some of the substances are soluble and some are insoluble in water. What will happen if we go on adding more and more of these substances to a fixed quantity of water? हम डालते ही जाए, कितना भी डालो. एक ग्लास में अगर हम हमारे पास है तो बहुत सारा सॉल्ट, पूरा एक बैग फुल ऑफ सॉल्ट हम डालना चाहें 1 kg का, तो क्या वो डिज़ोल्व होगा? नॉट एट ऑल चिल्ड्रन, इतना सारा डिज़ोल्व होगा नहीं. फॉर सम ऑफ द क्वांटिटी it can dissolve and then after salt will remain to the bottom only, it will not dissolve any more. So here for this activity one more thing is given, activity 8. You will need a beaker or a small pan, a spoon, salt and water. So all these things we need. Pour half a cup of water in the beaker. Beaker को भरो half cup जितना. Add 1 teaspoon full of salt and store it well until the salt dissolves completely. So 1 teaspoon salt, immediately it will be dissolved in water. Again add a teaspoonful of salt and store well. Go on adding salt 1 teaspoonful at a time and stir. So continuously you do the same process, add salt and stir it to dissolve. After adding a few spoons of salt, do you find that some salt remains undissolved and settles at the bottom of the beaker? Yes, this happens that after adding some of the salt, afterwards water will not be able to dissolve the salt. So why this happens? If yes, this means that no more salt can be dissolved in the amount of water we have taken. So this much water, that means half of the beaker of water, will be able to dissolve some of the amount of salt. Afterwards it will not be dissolved in it. The solution is now said to be saturated. Saturated solution, that means now no more of same substance will be dissolved in water. सो डिज़ोल्व जो हो रहा है वो स्टॉप हो जाएगा, वो डिज़ोल्व होगा नहीं. सो दैट इज़ कॉल्ड सैचुरेटेड. हियर इज़ अ हिंट एज टू वॉट माइट हैव गॉन रॉन्ग व्हेन पहेली ट्राइड टू रिकवर लार्ज quantity of salt mixed with sand. Perhaps the quantity of salt was much more than that required to form a saturated solution. The undissolved salt would have remained mixed with the sand and could not be recovered. So ऐसा हो सकता है कि पहेली ने बहुत सारा सॉल्ट डाल दिया है कि जिसमें से कुछ सॉल्ट जो है वो डिज़ोल्व होगा नहीं. तो इन दैट केस जो अनडिज़ोल्व सॉल्ट है वो जब हमने सैंड को फिल्टर किया तो उसके साथ सॉल्ट भी फिल्टर हो गया, तो सैंड के साथ वो सॉल्ट भी उसमें रह गया. ओके. शी कुड सॉल्व हर प्रॉब्लम बाय यूजिंग अ लार्ज क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर. तो ऐसी जब सिचुएशन है तो उसमें वाटर की क्वांटिटी बढ़ानी पड़ेगी ताकि जितना भी सॉल्ट है वो सारा डिज़ोल्व हो जाए. सपोज शी डिड नॉट हैव सफिशिएंट क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर टू डिज़ोल्व all the salt in the mixture. Is there some way that water could be made to dissolve more salt before the solution gets saturated? Yes children, it happens कि कभी ऐसा होता है तब उसे थोड़ा हीट करना पड़ता है. ओके, थोड़ा वार्म करना पड़ता है. वार्म वाटर में सॉल्ट है या शुगर है वो जल्दी डिज़ोल्व हो जाता है और थोड़ी ज़्यादा क्वांटिटी में भी डिज़ोल्व होता है. तो इन दैट केस वी कैन डू दैट, वाटर को थोड़ा वार्म करें और उसके बाद उसे फिर से स्टर करें तो थोड़ा और सॉल्ट उसमें डिज़ोल्व होगा. फाइन. So one activity is given. 9th, take some water in a beaker and mix the salt in it until it cannot dissolve any more salt. Means इसे saturated solution बनाइए. This will give you a saturated solution of salt in water. Now add a small quantity of salt to this saturated solution and heat it. अब इसमें और थोड़ा salt डालें और उसे थोड़ा गर्म करें. What do you find? What happens to the undissolved salt in the bottom of the beaker? Does it dissolve now? Yes, obviously children, it will dissolve. If yes, can some more salt be dissolved in this solution by heating it? हाँ, इसमें अभी भी और थोड़ा solution हम ऐड करें तो वो dissolve हो सकता है. Let this hot solution cool. Does the salt appear to settle at the bottom of the beaker again? The activity suggests that larger quantity of salt can be dissolved in water on heating. तो जो डिज़ोल्व हुआ है वो हमें नहीं दिखेगा. दैट मीन्स बहुत सारा सॉल्ट मीन्स नेचुरली ठंडे पानी में जो सॉल्ट डिज़ोल्व होता है उससे ज़्यादा सॉल्ट हम उसमें डिज़ोल्व कर सकेंगे. डज वाटर डिज़ोल्व इक्वल अमाउंट्स ऑफ डिफरेंट सॉल्युबल सब्सटेंसेस? नहीं, सबकी जो प्रॉपर्टी अलग होती है, तो ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि जितना सॉल्ट हाफ ऑफ द बीकर में डिज़ोल्व हो उतना ही शुगर भी डिज़ोल्व हो. हियर चिल्ड्रन, आई हैव गिवन वन फिगर. द सॉल्यूशन in which no more of that substance can be dissolved is called सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन, और जिसमें डिज़ोल्व होता है ना उसे कहेंगे सॉल्वेंट, और जो डिज़ोल्व होता है उसे कहेंगे सॉल्यूट. तो सॉल्वेंट दैट मीन्स वाटर. वी नो दैट वाटर इज़ यूनिवर्सल सॉल्वेंट. वाटर में बहुत सारे ऑलमोस्ट सबसे ज़्यादा जो सब्सटेंसेस है ना वो डिज़ोल्व होते हैं. सो दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ कॉल्ड यूनिवर्सल सॉल्वेंट. एंड सॉल्यूट मीन्स जो सब्सटेंस हम डिज़ोल्व करना चाहते हैं दैट इज़ कॉल्ड सॉल्यूट. तो इन दिस activity water is solvent and solute is salt is our solute. Fine. So based on that one more activity is given के सारे जो substances है कितनी amount में वो dissolve होते हैं. Take 2 glasses and pour half a cup of water in each of them. Add a teaspoon of salt to 1 glass and stir till the salt dissolves. Go on adding salt 1 teaspoon at a time till the solution saturates. तो हमें पानी लेना है, 2 ग्लास में हाफ ऑफ द वाटर हमें फिलअप करना है. 1 ग्लास में हमें जब तक उसका सेचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन बने उतनी टीस्पून भर के सॉल्ट डालना है, और हमें काउंट करना है कि कितने टीस्पून सॉल्ट डालने के बाद वो सॉल्यूशन सेचुरेटेड बना, उसे हमें नोट डाउन करना है. नाउ record the number of spoons of salt that dissolved in the water in table 5.2. Now repeat the same activity with sugar. अब sugar को भी count करो. अब देखो कि what do you notice from table 5.2. यहाँ पे table 5.2 दिया है, तो बेटा सबके रिकॉर्ड्स रीडिंग्स अलग अलग हो सकते हैं. वो पानी कैसा है उस पर भी डिपेंड करेगा, सॉल्ट है कैसा है, शुगर किस टाइप की है, तो इन सब बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स जो है इस पर इफ़ेक्ट करते हैं. लेकिन ये दोनों सॉल्ट और शुगर दोनों का अमाउंट सेम आएगा नहीं. डू यू फाइंड दैट वाटर डिजॉल्व डिफरेंट सब्सटेंसेस इन डिफरेंट अमाउंट? यस. So here we have discussed a few methods of separating substances. Some of the methods of separation presented in this chapter are also used in a science laboratory. We also learned that a solution is prepared by dissolving a substance in a liquid. A solution is said to be saturated if it cannot dissolve more of the substance in it. So children, here in this chapter we learnt various methods of separation and where the method is suitable to separate the substance, and based on that some of the activities also we had seen. Okay children, that's it for this chapter. Thank you and bye bye.